Welcome to the SAMBADROME here in São Paulo, Formula E's second visit to Brazil, and this is a very significant circuit, the third consecutive street circuit in a row, including Tokyo, that follows this, and it's one of the fastest. Right now we're on the longest straight in Formula E. That's a big thing for Formula E with energy management. Last season it was Jaguar power dominance, 1, 2, 3 on the podium, but will it be the same this time around? Let's go talk to some drivers and find out what they think. I'm coming to you. Don't hide. Don't hide. Good to see you. Happy to be back in Brazil.
I am, man. It's like my home race, this one.
You were here not that long ago for another reason.
Yes, I was. I was here for to get a feel for the weather, the humidity, and all that. So I did 5 days here to really we need to turn this season around. So yeah. I really tried to.
Okay. Well,
I was here for my bachelor party.
I don't know how much information you'll get on the dance floor, but
loads actually. You need to understand how your body performs over. It's like 24 hours of Le Mans, but without being in a race car.
It's all about the endurance.
Exactly.
Okay, right. I'm in this game. I'm meant to be impartial. I'm meant to have equal loyalties to all drivers.
We both know that's not.
I've got to put it out there. I am manifesting a huge comeback for you right now. This is what I want. This is what the fans want. Is this going to be the circuit?
They want the redemption story, right?
Of course, of course. Is this going to be a circuit that could be possible?
100%. We were quite good here last year, and I was also good in the other tracks that I sucked earlier this year. But yeah, we'll see. I'm hoping that's the case. We had a good break, man. When testing, bit of sim work. We did identify things that we can do better. So yeah, it's also a race that we can overtake a lot, and we do have a very efficient powertrain. So I think, elbows out for me, man. Honestly, I've got nothing to save now. It's all about, going all out now.
He's trying to run away. Get him! Get him! Get him! Hey, Mitch, how you doing, mate?
Fine, even better now.
Oh, thank you. Right, I want to get straight into it because the stat that I've been thinking about a lot this weekend is that last time we were here, you were the only driver that started in the top three to finish in the top three, and of course actually go on to win the race. That doesn't seem easy to do here.
That's a great stat. I don't know why. I think just the nature of potentially how the race unfolds with the strategy and the usable energy that we have here. So it's going to be a similar type of race compared to last year with less energy. So it's going to be I think it's going to be a bit of a dogfight out there, so it should be exciting, especially compared to the first few races, which were kind of at the other end of the spectrum. So it should be fun.
This was the turning point for you last season. This was your first win where you kind of went on into championship contention. Could this be the venue for the uprising of Mitch Evans for season 10?
Look, the first few races have been a little bit disappointing from my side. So yeah, for sure I see this race as a chance to shift the momentum and try and score some big points. But still early in the season. This was like race 5 last year. Obviously, this is race 4. So we've still got quite a bit of the championship left to go. So I don't want to put too much pressure on that. But I do feel like I need to a good strong result. We've been really quick since Mexico, consistently in the top 5, in practice sessions and stuff, but just haven't converted into that big result. So honestly, coming here after a good result last year does fill you with like kind of good vibes and good energy. So hopefully we can convert into a good result like we did last year.
Everyone here is doing their hard work, looking at the track walk. You're on holiday, mate.
I'm Casper right now compared to what I normally am. Jesus, I'm trying to get a tan. Ultimately, it's a race which you don't really want to lead at the start, especially the first sort of 15 laps. You'll see a little bit like a Portland race, not to that extreme, but you will see it. Just the toe's massive. It's a really big effect here, and not something which I practiced I didn't practice it much last year because obviously we got taken out, but just watching the race back, it seemed really inefficient for Stoffel to be leading and everyone behind him obviously really efficient, so we'll see.
So in terms of that toe, that slipstream, can you quantify what that might be worth per lap in either energy or time? Because I've been hearing people throw out it might be worth a second a lap.
I would say it's about a 20% efficiency gain. It's hard to say like a second per lap because you obviously only drive to the guy in front, so he's obviously breaking the toe for everyone, but then it's probably about a 20% efficiency gain, which at the end of the race might give you a second a lap. But it's really hard to quantify an actual figure and lap time number. But it's huge. It's really, really big.
Hang on a minute. A 20% efficiency improvement in the toe, where the difference between say a ERT and the Porsche powertrain is what, like 0.3, 0.5% over the course of a race?
Yeah, like if I drove around in the lead the whole race and an ERT was behind me, he would have a considerably amount more energy than I would.
So this is anyone's. Anyone can climb up here.
Yeah, 100%. Obviously, it's going to be a little bit more difficult for the ERT team and Mahindra, but because obviously they are at a disadvantage. But yeah, I mean, if I'm out leading the whole race, 100% I'll get beat by the ERT because the toe is massive.
We've been waiting for this moment to catch up with you on this track walk. It's a very hot track walk. I mean, it's unbelievably hot, isn't it?
For 10 a.m., yeah, it's actually pretty hot, right? And the race is going to be even hotter.
Well, I mean, one thing I just want to point out: you've gone country specific with the shorts. You're matching the Brazil vibe.
Yeah, of course, and tomorrow as well. Tomorrow another green one. So it's a very special race for me. I've raced here in so many different categories, and be able to race in Formula E is always very special. Have the family here, friends, you know, the public have been so warm so far, the fans. So hopefully we have a good race and we can make everybody proud.
It seems like, and this is something that some of the drivers have been saying, that everyone will want to be at the same place at the same time in the race in terms of where they are energy, where they are in the order. How do you get 22 drivers in one place at one time?
It's basic game theory, right? Your strategy, your optimum strategy depends on what the others do. There isn't a optimum strategy. It really depends on your position, your energy status, what is your target, and sometimes you have to take a little bit more risk or less risk depending if you're in the front of the championship or in the back. Yeah. So there's a lot of different variables that will play, but definitely the race will have more than 150 overtakes. So we are people watching the race, for sure they will not be bored.
The hat is back. It's a new one though.
A new one, exactly.
Is that fresh for Brazil or this season?
Well, I thought Brazil would be a good one to kind of introduce the new one, right?
So we know that this track throws up some really interesting challenges for drivers, not just mention just the heat, but things like this longer straight in Formula E. And then, we've seen here, this big surface change. What does that change for you?
Yeah, it's a challenging one. You know, it's quite bumpy, quite a bumpy circuit. There's a lot of tarmac changes, which make it quite tricky for car balance. It's probably going to be one of the hottest of the season as well, so probably tires are gonna suffer quite a bit during the race. But that makes it all the more interesting. So I'm actually quite excited for the race.
Do you back yourself? Are we going to have another pole position here in São Paulo for Stoffel Vandoorne?
Possible.
That's not backing yourself. That's 50-50. Is it? Yes. No. Just say yes or no.
Okay. Yes.
Yes. That's what I want to hear. Sergio, I'm coming to you.
Hey.
I just noticed you there having a little test of the grip, because I was looking at this thinking if it rains, it's going to be like FE on ice.
Yeah, because usually they put some special paint here, like in London, or when they had IndyCar, I think in Brazil they also, put some machine to make the surface rough.
Okay.
But yeah, this looks very smooth, and I was thinking the same as you. If it rains, we won't have any grip. So yeah, hopefully it rains.
Where we are now, the longest straight in Formula E, that slipstream is worth a lot a lap.
Yeah, but we're losing, like in this very piece of tarmac, while we're flat out, we're losing every single second that goes by. Just we're flat out, the other cars are more efficient, and we're just losing in the straight line.
Even in the slipstream?
Even in the slipstream, because they are also in the slipstream, right? I mean, all the cars except for one are in the slipstream. So yeah, we're losing against the others.
So Sacha Fenestraz, here we are in Brazil for the second time. Last season, let's not dwell on it, but how are we going to improve for this season?
Well, it can only get better for sure. You know, we both cars DNF with Norman on the first lap and me, I think lap 8 or 9, crashing into turn 5. So, as I say, it can only get better from last year. I think we're pretty confident after Saudi with Oliver's podium and me top 6. So let's see.
If we just look up to the top of the track, I hope you're putting some money aside for these speeding fines, because you're probably going to get one a lap, I think.
Yeah, I've got a few points left on my license, so I need to be careful. Not joking. No, but that's interesting. They should put that on the pit entry, because we're nearly that. But here, I think we arrive at maybe over 200, so it's definitely
just
above.
a little bit above the speed limit.
Just a little bit.
He knows I'm coming. He knows he's just saying no, but I don't care. But I'm going to start with a compliment and say that you sport a backwards cap very well.
Thank you.
I wish I could pull that off.
I wish you could as well.
Savage. Let's get down to business. Here we are on the track walk.
Yeah.
Very, very unique track in Formula E, this, isn't it?
Super unique. I really enjoy this one. It kind of takes us back to Formula E roots, like a bumpy, difficult little street circuit that no other championship could ever possibly do. So I enjoyed this one.
This time last year, or last time we were here, I think you started P10 with the penalty and finished on the podium.
Yeah.
That is a great running.
Yeah, and I caught the back of the two leaders, didn't I, with about 5 laps to go with 2% more, and I was thinking, we could win this, and then kind of thought, hang on, after what's just happened the last 2 races, I think I'm just going to have to sit here and just, swallow my pride a little bit. But yeah, good race.
That gives you a lot of learning though going ahead into this race, especially when you might be able to make a lot of moves again from further back down the grid.
Yeah, exactly. I think this is one of those races where you can start P15 and come in the top 5. It's not unrealistic to do that. So qualifying, as important as it is, it's slightly less important here.
It's good. You've made me wait for you as well. I've been doing a whole track walk. I'm sweating.
We just said I feel sorry that you've been in these beautiful clothes, getting super hot waiting for us.
Although I do need to have a word with your HR team, because a black polo in this heat, that's cruelty.
No.
You do look good though, to be fair.
Exactly. Look
It's
sharp.
worth it for the look.
Look sharp, go fast.
A lot of good momentum, good confidence going into this race. You know what it takes to get a podium here. Yes, things are different this season, but all the ingredients are there.
All the ingredients are there, but to be honest, I can be flat out because I can kind of afford a DNF. It's kind of nice to have 3 good races under the belt because, whatever happens this weekend, we're still in the fight. We're still be at the top of the championship. So, yeah, I'm just kind of looking forward to the weekend, and because of that, I feel the pressure's off a bit, and I can just have a bit of fun.
Nyck De Vries. Now you're one of only 2 drivers that haven't raced here before. What are your thoughts about it?
Interesting stat.
Is it?
Yeah, we are just, debating whether this is tarmac or actually concrete.
Well, either way, if it's wet, it's going to be slippery.
I think so too, but I don't think it will be wet.
Okay.
I mean, we will be wet, but it won't be raining.
Robin Frijns, now obviously you had that injury last season, that you missed a bunch of races. But this was the first one you came back for, so you do have experience here, albeit with one hand.
Yeah, it was a bit with one hand, so I wanted to come back ASAP. It took me I think 7 weeks only, but I was so happy to be back in the car, but I noticed that steering left was a bit of an issue because you need to go down, but it's how it is. But happy I did the race. It wasn't a successful one for me, but I think it will be a good one this weekend.
So you're happy to be back then in São Paulo, because this is a very unique circuit and probably the first, let's say, a race that might be more traditional Formula E this season.
Yeah, very strategic, I believe. So, I mean, qualifying is not so important. Obviously, everybody will fight for the 3 points for sure, but then it will be a game for the first 10-15 laps, I would say, and I'm happy to play it.
Oh, what's to say? I love that. Super insightful track walk there here in São Paulo. Make sure to head over to FIAFormulaE.com/watch to find out exactly where you can watch the race in the location that you're in. And of course, head back to the YouTube channel here straight after the race for the Formula E debrief show, where we'll be diving into all of the action that unfolded here in São Paulo. Don't miss it.